Hey guys, I want to talk about something that comes up a lot when people grow, especially when that growth is visible. Because when you change, people don't just look at who you are now. They compare you to an old version of you they're still holding on to. And sometimes they call that hypocrisy. And personally, I've heard it all. You used to believe this, you were against that, you said you'd never do this. And so I want to be really clear about that. I don't see that as hypocrisy. I see it as learning. I see it as evolving with new information, new experiences, and deeper self-awareness. Growth would be hypocrisy only if we pretended that we never changed, right? But I didn't pretend I evolved. Hypocrisy is saying one thing while knowingly acting against it without reflection or honesty. Growth is revising your beliefs because you learned more, right? You're making more informed decisions. Changing your mind isn't betrayal, it's intelligence. Now, a lot of the discomfort that people feel isn't actually about your change. It's about how your change challenges the version of you they felt comfortable with. Some people don't know you. They know a snapshot of you from a chapter that already ended, right? So when you grow, that destabilizes them. Not because you're wrong, but because they didn't update their understanding of who you are. It's almost like, when you have to update your phone or your computer, you got to do the newest update to be compatible with the newest softwares and stuff, right? So it's like that. They didn't upgrade, you did. And instead of saying, oh, you've grown, they say you're a hypocrite. And that says more about their relationship with change than it does about yours. Now, this gets even louder in spiritual places, okay? Because awakening often means questioning belief systems you once defended, right? I know that was the case for me. It means outgrowing identities that once felt true. It means allowing truth to evolve instead of freezing it in time. You're not meant to stay loyal to these outdated truths just to appear consistent, right? You're meant to stay loyal to what's real now. And this is where people really get stuck because growth is not linear. We know this, right? You can be deeply healed in one area of your life and still bleeding in another. You can teach wisdom and still be learning how to live it. That's not hypocrisy, that's humanity. Growth doesn't mean you never revisit old lessons. It means you meet them with more awareness now, right? And in relationships, growth might look like setting boundaries where you once tolerated too much. And to someone who benefited from that old version of you, then the new looks like hypocrisy. To you, that is self-respect, right? And when it comes to our health, you might once believe that you should just push through everything, right? And later you learn that rest and intuition and listening to your body actually matters. And it's not contradiction, it's wisdom earned through experience. We're not meant to stay the same our whole lives. Growth doesn't erase your past self, it integrates it, right? Hypocrisy says, I've always been this way. And growth says, I've changed and I understand why. Hypocrisy hides. Growth is honest, even when it's uncomfortable. And real awakening doesn't need to defend itself aggressively, right? It doesn't need permission from people who only knew an old version of you. It understands that consistency isn't about never changing. It's about staying aligned with truth as it continues to reveal itself. So if someone sees your evolution as hypocrisy, that doesn't make it true. It usually means they stopped growing where you didn't. So growth isn't about being right forever. It's about being honest now. Sending you light, love, and healing. And I hope that helps.